This is one of the typical questions in binomial expansion, which want us to find the term independent of x in the expansion of 2x cubed minus 1 divided by 2x squared bracket to a power of 15. To solve these questions, we can look at this set of equation here to find out the appropriate one to use. Since we are interested in knowing the term which doesn't have the dependence of x, so let's look at the individual expression of each of the term. So in this case here, we know that n is equals to 15, a is equals to 2x cubed, and b is equals to minus 1 divided by 2x squared, right? I mean, if we assume that it's going to have this form, where and then we can just map the term within the bracket to a and b, right? So let's just carry out the computation for this r plus 1 term. This is just for us to find out which is the term that um we can see that there's no dependence of x, which means that when this 2x to a power of 3 raised to a power of n minus r is going to be cancelled off by this x squared when x squared is raised to the power of r. Alright, so let's just work out the expression first. So for the r plus 1 term, the equation is going to look something like this. We just substitute n equals to 5, and then of course r is the unknown value which we want to find, and then we substitute the value of a, which is 2x to power of 3, and the entire term to a power of 15 minus r, right? And then we have this minus 1 divided by 2x squared to a power of r. Alright, so let's simplify the expression. So this can be rewritten by taking out this minus 1 to a power of r. Alright, and then here we also factor out the 2. So we have 2 to a power of 15 minus r. And over here we also have another 2. And since it's actually divided by 1, so let's just put it as 2 to a power of minus 1 to a power of r, right? And then let's look at x, which is actually the one that we are most interested in. So this is multiplied. You can see that 3 multiplied 15 minus r, and then for the other one is nothing more than x to a power of minus 2 and multiply r. So it's just x to a power of minus 2r, right? So let's tidy up the expression a little bit more. So this is just 15r, and then maybe we don't have to do anything at this point for this minus 1, and then we can combine these two into a single term, which is nothing more than 2 to the power of 15 minus 2r. And for the x, we can just multiply this 3 into the bracket and also include this minus 2r into a single term. So what we get here is just x to the power of 45 minus 5r. Alright, since we are only interested in the term which doesn't have the dependence on x, so this term here, I mean the condition for that is that this power has to be equals to 0, so that x to the power of 0 is equals to 1, which doesn't really depend on x, right? So, and then we have this formula, 45 minus 5r equals 0. And apparently, by just rearranging the equation, we get r equals to 9, right? So this is the term where we can where is independent of x. Okay, so let's just substitute r equals to 9 into this expression here so that we can get that particular term. Okay, so let's just call it alpha. So alpha is equals to 15, 9 minus 1 to the power of 9 is actually just equals to minus 1. So there's a minus sign in front of the final expression. And then this would be equals to 2 to the power of 15 minus 18. So this is just 2 to the power of minus 3, right? So let's just write out the expression for this. So the bracket of 15, 9 is given by this. So we have to, multiply from 15 all the way down to, this would be 15 minus 9 plus 1, right? So you just start multiplying 15 multiply 14. Of course, you can do it by using a calculator. That will be the fastest way to solve the equation. But in fact, you can just do it by hand at first, just to cancel out the just do as much as we can before we press a calculator. Alright, so multiplies 9, 8 up to 7, and then divided by 6 factorial. Oh, sorry, it's 9 factorial. So 9 multiplies 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Of course, we can neglect 1, right? And then there's a minus sign in front of everything because of minus 1 to the power of 9 is equals to minus 1. And then this is 2 to the power of minus 3, which is nothing more than 1 over 8, right? So let's simplify the equation a little bit. So the final 3 term can be taken care of this 3. And then what else can we do about it? 4 times 3 is equals to 12, right? And then what else can we do? 5 times 2 is equals to 10. And so we left with 6. 6 is 3 times 2. So 3, 15 divided by 3 is equals to 5. And 14 divided by 2 is equals to 7. And then this is taken care of 6. Alright, so we have 5 times 7, which is equals to 35, times 13 times 11 divided by 8. So this is nothing more than, if you get a calculator and press, then you will get minus 5005 divided by 8. Alright, so this is the solution to these questions. That's all.